Hey everybody, Sweet here, and okay, sorry for that introduction. It's just, I recorded this video just 30 minutes ago, but guess what? I didn't have my mic on like a little dummy. Anyways, hello everybody, my name is Sweet, and welcome to my most favorite game of all time, Pheonix Wright Ace Attorney. Now this is the Trilogy pack, so we have Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Trial of Tribulations all in one. So let's go ahead and start a new game. We are going to start with Ace Attorney, and Case 1, the first turnabout. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Uh-oh. Boy, am I nervous. You and me both, Pheonix. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Pheonix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your clients as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished? I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. I find it hard to believe that this guy can get a girlfriend. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Pheonix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butt. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He's a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. That's just what I'm gonna do. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butt. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial decides the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. That'll be Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what is the victim's name? Oof, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Pheonix, are absolutely sure you're up to this. You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the tab to check on it at any time. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? That would be Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because you don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. And Mr. Wright just told us the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The metal weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the tab to check out the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. Don't miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butts, it's not true that the victim had recently dumped you.
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Anthony.
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped. She wasn't just taking my phone calls, or seeing me, ever. What's it to you, anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just returned overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appeared that she had several sugar daddies. Oh, snap.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, all the men who gave him money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right, I don't think you can want him to answer that question.
Yeah, there he is a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Yeah. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Ugh. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. And when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't.
Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Honesty doesn't hurt. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth.
Yeah, I was there. I went.
Order. Mr. Butts.
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who was your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Starwood to the stand. Mr. Starwood, you sell newspaper subscriptions. This is correct. This guy kind of looks like the mask seller from Majora's Mask in Ocarina of Time. Mr. Starwood, you may proceed with your testimony. Oh goodness, I have the hiccups. Oh god. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he'd have left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed and frightened and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there.
Larry, why don't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit would use was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for you per usual. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. You begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor. Alright, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? You expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then the witness must have lied in his testimony. Was your client really guilty? Well, I prove he's not. You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with a tab and point out contradictions in the testimony. Alright, I already know, because I recorded this. Yep, okay, we were going to see the time of death is 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How to explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and the whole story falls apart.
Wait, I remember now.
Will you care to give your testimony again?
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television.
There was a blackout, though.
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
I see. You heard the voice saying a time on the tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right, you know what to do. I got this one. Alright, here we go. Alright, say it with me, guys. Say it with me. Objection! Hold it right there. The prosecution had said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard of a television or a video.
The
defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. Ooh, very sorry. That and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
But the murder weapon is a statue, remember? You saw a clock. I guess that'll explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Love that confidence. Nope. Objection! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was a statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock?
Well, you with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Sawwood.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilting it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a stable clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony just now? Yep. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawwood, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What is the meaning of all this? This is all baseless conjecture. No, he's literally guilty. Baseless. Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never, look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, saw,
He's bald.
Shut up, I hate you, it was him, I tell you, if I saw him, he killed her, and he should burn, give him death.
Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound where the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? All cases riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawwood heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply examine the clock's batteries. Let's sound the clock here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawwood heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawwood, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh. What's it talk about now?
While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it! I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawwood. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal!
But because you are one.
You lawyers are all slime.
I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawwood. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away.
Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Yes, I most certainly can.
Wait, maybe I can't prove it. It's the passport. She was in Paris, so there's obviously a time discrepancy. You have the evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running 3 hours slow. The victim would just return home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim had reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Solwood? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh no, he has rabies. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone so complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Let's go! Confetti and everything. Hell yeah. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Saul was a common burglar. Ah, he posted his newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house that day. When Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Salwin let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Salwin grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Talk about bad luck. Whew, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. Never seen the Chief looking this happy. She's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over! Come on, Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence set? Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? I guess it would be the statue. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some trump to her. Huh?
What about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Thought it made him feel a little better. Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be in the center of another incident. My promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that he wouldn't be able to keep." The end. That's the end of case 1. And I think I'm going to leave this episode off here. So, hopefully I can get this out by tomorrow. So, stay tuned. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Peace, love, power, and stay strong.